about my favorite / influential teacher, Mr. McClarty. He was my English high school teacher. He was, you can describe him as clever, a little dull, and wise. We had at my school what we called casual Fridays. The teachers would come in like t-shirts, jeans, sneakers, and he would never do that. Always buttoned down, dress pants, dress shoes, always looking classy. And he had he had white hair, which he slicked back always. He had a mustache, a white mustache, and he always wore small, brown, wired glasses. And he looked like Colonel Sanders. And so we all dubbed him Colonel Sanders. And he seemed like a dull man, but in reality, he really wasn't. At my school, we didn't have the best students. We had students who, were making out in the hallways, with their pants down to their ankles, always late to class after the bell rung, never was there. So he would walk out of class, yell at them, come back in and start to laugh, and then he'd look at us and say, class, back when Jesus didn't love me, I worked at a Catholic school. And let's say things were different there. He's like, but these kids, these hall rats, they shouldn't be here. They should be in the military. Or they should be at home flipping burgers, because you know what? That's all they're going to get to. And the funny thing is that some of those kids that were in the hallway, I actually know them, and they actually do work at McDonald's and Burger King. And he had a bat in class in a little cabinet that he had. And we had school drills. So, we had to hide under the desk. I think everyone had to do that. And he would tell us, he's like, don't do that. He's like, just don't worry. He's like, if anyone's going to come crashing through the window or through the door, don't worry. I got a bat. You're safe. So we all felt safe. And one day, at the end of school, I was walking around and I noticed that he was sitting down at his computer by himself. And I went in and we started to talk. And we talked about his life. And he started telling me that his son actually plays the violin and was sort of giving up on it. And he was asking me my advice because he knew that I wanted to be a music teacher. And I didn't even know what to tell him. And then he started telling me about his wife and how he would always go with his wife to Shakespeare in the Park and go see operas and musicals. And I never noticed this side of him. I never knew how romantic and musical he was. And he looked at me and said, Nicole, he's like, I know you wear black every day. I know you like to be that student that doesn't want to be noticed. He's like, but I noticed you. And I noticed that you have something to you that no one else has in the class. And that struck a chord with me because no one ever said that to me. I'm not one of the most confident people. I still wear black. And he kind of instilled that in me. He kind of pushed me forward to where I wanted, where I'm trying to get. I'm still not there yet. I'm working on it. But he also taught me to never judge a book by its cover. He didn't seem like that kind of approachable person. And he ended up being one of the most romantic, magical people I've ever met. And that's why he's one of the most influential teachers I've ever met.